there's another type of tween in Flash called a Shape Tween. To be honest, I have found very little use for Shape Tweens in the projects that I've worked on. But I want to make you aware of how you might maybe use them, and maybe you'll think of a really good project where you'll need this. Shape Tweens only work with ungrouped shapes. They will not work with objects or movie clips or groups or text unless you take the text and break it apart twice to get it down to a shape. What I have here in frame 1 is a circle. It's an ungrouped circle. It's got a fill and a stroke. And then I have a rectangle about the same size, or a square the same size, a fill and a stroke. It's not grouped together. I'm going to right click in any frame in between those and choose Create Shape Tween. And what the Shape Tween does, it morphs from one shape to another shape. And you can see that the circle morphs into the square. Now you'll notice one other thing, and that is that it's also rotating while it's doing that. And one thing about Shape Tweens is the results can be kind of unexpected. And it takes some experimentation generally to get the Shape Tween to work the way you want it to work. One of the ways that can help you make the Shape Tween fit your objective is using shape hints. So I'm on frame 1. I'm going to go to the Modify menu. I'm going to go down to Shape and choose Add Shape Hint. And I get a little circle, little red circle with a lowercase a in it. I'm going to move that circle up here to, in essence, what's going to be the corner of my rectangle or square. And if I go to frame 15, I'll notice that I get the little red circle there, A as well. Just need to move it into position. And I'm going to add another shape hint. So shape, add shape hint. This one's a B. I'm going to move it down here. And on my last keyframe, I'll move the B down to the corner. And now what happens is my animation no longer rotates as it's morphing. Sometimes you might need to add 3 or 4 or even 5 shape hints, and you might need to experiment with where you place them. I'm going to add a shape hint just to get my shape hints to show up, and then I'm going to right click on this shape hint. I can remove a hint just by right clicking on it and choose Remove Hint. I'm going to take this B shape hint and put it up here, and then on this one I'm going to move it up over here. And let's watch what happens. Well, that worked pretty well. Still retain the shape. And I found really one of the keys, I think, is placing the shape hints first on the first keyframe and then placing them somewhere on the second keyframe. So you'll notice there's still maybe a little bit of rotation happening there on part of it. Let's move this one down here and see what kind of results we get there. And that looks pretty good too. So it really didn't matter where I place those shape hints, just simply putting 2 points, in this case, seemed to allow the morph to work the way I wanted it to work. Going from a circle to a square and not rotating. I'm going to copy these frames. Come over here and paste frames. And I'm going to take those frames I just pasted and reverse them. And now I want to go the other direction. So on this keyframe, I'm going to add 2 shape hints. There's my A. There's my B. I'm going to put the B down here, put the A up here, go to the last frame, B, A. And so now when I play this, I'll have this loop from circle to square back to circle. So that is how a shape tween works. Let me demonstrate some other ways I've used shape tweens. Here is a melting snowman, and I basically have 2 shapes here, 2 circles. This one's kind of flattened out at the bottom. And I can use the shape tween to have these morph into kind of blobs. Actually, the bottom oval kind of flattens out. The top one moves into more of just a weird shape. And if I play this, you'll see the effect. Here's another one. I've zoomed this up to 200% so you can see it. It's kind of small. It's just a small little advertising banner. And I have the letter A, which I broke apart twice to get it into a shape. And then I have that A over 15 frames morph into a road. Then I have a bunch of lines that are tweened as classic tweens. I bring in a motorcycle object that I then make large, and I have it pause here for a few frames and then have it zoom through the camera. At the end of that, the road shape morphs back into the letter A and some advertising appears. Let me test this for you so you can see it. So that is a basic introduction to Shape Tweens. Like I said, it takes some experimentation, but there may be times you'll find they would come in handy.